In the early days of the Tian Yuan world, fierce beasts ruled the land. But resources were scarce. That era would later be remembered as the Age of Desolation. After countless millennia, spiritual energy revived. The demon clan, humans, and cultivators rose to power. And so, the Tian Yuan world entered its golden age. The Age of Cultivation. But driven by greed, cultivators plundered spiritual herbs, sacred lands, and relentlessly oppressed the demon clan. For the sake of resources, they didn't hesitate to start wars. If they couldn't claim something, they destroyed it. Now countless sects have risen. Resources are drying up. Ancient beasts stir once more. In this dangerous world, one must rely on a sect to survive. This barren period is now known as the Second Desolation. At the Xian sect's spiritual herb garden, a giant plant suddenly spat something out of its mouth, and from inside, a young man tumbled out. His name was Tian Yuan, an outer sect servant of Xian sect. He wiped dirt from his face and grumbled, "Tch, it's just pollination. No need to throw a tantrum. Guess I'll come back when you're in a better mood." Just then, a cheerful voice called out, "Senior brother Tian! Come eat! You need a full belly to work hard." It was He Miao, an outer sect disciple. She waved him over excitedly. "It's your favorite today, durian chicken stew." Tian Yuan's face lit up. "Nice." Sweat dripped down his face as he walked over, and He Miao quickly wiped it for him. "All set, let's eat." She beamed. "Thanks, Miao." Tian Yuan smiled. In his heart he reflected, "My name's Tian Yuan. As you can see, I'm just a nameless gardener in the sect. In my past life, I was born with crippled legs, confined to a small yard, spending my days with flowers and plants. My body couldn't travel far, but my heart, it always dreamed of soaring through the world of cultivation. But everything changed the day I heard that radio broadcast. Today's horoscope for Sagittarius. Major good luck ahead. You're about to strike it big." When I opened my eyes again, the world looked exactly like the one I'd always dreamed of. Which means, I can cultivate now. Nearby, a pair of girls laughed at him. "What's Tian blabbering about this time?" "Yeah, dreaming about cultivation so much he's gone crazy." Tian Yuan ignored them, daydreaming. "Should I be a handsome sword cultivator? A flashy artifact user? Or a mysterious talisman master?" But the moment he imagined showing off, harsh reality hit. "Wait. I don't have a spiritual root. I'm a total waste." Memories flooded his mind. The sect master had once told him, "No spiritual root? You think you can cultivate?" But maybe the heavens took pity on him. Though he lacked a spiritual root, he was born with a rare innate herb saint body, a physique highly attuned to plants. The sect master bent the rules, assigning him to manage the spiritual herb garden. Wow, Ajiao has grown so much already. But this body had its inconveniences too. This physique makes me give off the scent of spiritual herbs. That's why. He Miao leaned in, inhaling deeply. "Senior brother Tian, you always smell so good." Tian Yuan backed away. "That's the problem. Doesn't mean you have to get this close." This was He Miao, his junior sister. They joined the sect in the same year, came from the same hometown, and naturally became close. Hee, I can't help it," she giggled, snuggling up to him. "Snuggling up to senior brother makes me smell nice too." Tian Yuan sighed. "You're impossible." "All right, just for a bit." "You're the best, senior brother," he thought to himself. "Honestly, this life isn't so bad." But then, a stern voice cut through the moment. "Tian Yuan!" They turned to see Wen Yu, the top disciple of Xian sect. Her cold gaze made Tian Yuan stiffen. "The sect master entrusted you with the herb garden. Slacking off now? Are you asking for punishment?" Tian Yuan stammered. "Ahaha. I am working, senior sister. Please don't be mad." "Junior sister, get off me." Tian Yuan cursed his bad luck. "Why'd it have to be her? Rumor is she's the strictest, scariest one in the sect." He Miao snapped back. Senior brother Tian's just a mortal. Senior sister Wen, are you trying to work him to death in this heat? Tian Yuan panicked. Great, now she's really riled up. When you responded coldly. Tending to the herb garden is Tian's job, and you, shouldn't you be on sect duties instead of loitering here? He Miao shouted. You pick on senior brother Tian every day, just because we're weak outer sect disciples. Say what you want. When you said flatly, I'm simply doing my duty as your senior sister. He Miao's temper flared, and she summoned her spiritual energy. I won't let you bully senior brother Tian. Tian Yuan shouted. Don't be reckless, junior sister. But when you instantly appeared behind He Miao and struck her down with a swift blow. Blood spilled from He Miao's lips. Tian Yuan rushed to her side. Are you okay? I'm fine. She coughed. He supported her and glared at Wen Yu. Wen Yu! How could you be so harsh to your own junior sister? I simply fulfilled my role as senior sister. Take your duties more seriously. I don't want to see anyone slacking during work hours. Understood, Tian Yuan? Tian Yuan could only grit his teeth in silence. As when you left, she glanced back. Mind yourself. Tian Yuan sat He Miao down on a log. All wrapped up. Luckily, the injury isn't serious. He Miao grumbled. What gives that woman the right to be top disciple? Tian Yuan cautioned. Don't say that. Senior sister Wen is strict, sure, but she's always the first to help when there's danger. She targets you like this and you're still defending her? If only I had a wisteria herd to boost my cultivation. I wouldn't let her push us around. Tian Yuan smirked. A wisteria herb, huh? I can help with that. He Miao's eyes widened. Senior brother? You're not thinking of stealing. Sure. Don't say that word. Anyway, leave it to me. She threw her arms around him. Senior brother, you're the best. Whoa, don't wipe your snot on me. But unbeknownst to them, someone was watching. It was Wen Yu, silently observing from the shadows. That night, Tian Yuan slipped into the herb garden under cover of darkness. It's late, everyone's meditating in their caves by now. That means, the herb garden's mine for the night. He started watering the herbs and placing control talismans. These weeds are getting out of hand lately. His gaze fell on the wisteria herb field. Whoa, these wisteria herbs have gotten so dense, if they're overcrowded they won't grow properly. But behind him, a cold voice spoke. Is that so? Funny. I've never heard you say that as your master. Tian Yuan turned pale. As sect master? I was just waiting for you, you believe me, right? The sect master wasn't fooled. He grabbed Tian Yuan by the throat. Caught red-handed, and still making excuses? He ordered his men. Beat him to a pulp. 3 disciples stepped forward and began mercilessly beating Tian Yuan. He Miao ran over, crying out, Master, please. If this keeps up, you'll break all his limbs. Tian Yuan, battered and bloody, looked at her with grateful eyes. She's begging for me, as expected. But then, He Miao smirked. Master, for my sake, at least let him have a complete corpse. Tian Yuan's heart shattered. He Miao, what do you mean by that? Just what it sounds like, senior brother Tian. She giggled. It's your fault for being so dense. I dropped hints for ages, and you finally steal a wisteria herb for me. Don't worry, once you're gone, I'll manage the herb garden. No more sneaking around. Tian Yuan's world collapsed. But then, a voice shouted out. Master, Tian Yuan's wrong for stealing herbs, but He Miao put him up to it. It was Wen Yu. The sect master asked. Is that true? Absolutely. I even recorded it. He Miao shouted. She's lying. She's jealous of me and Tian Yuan being together. The sect master laughed. Hee, all you've ever stolen is my heart, my sweet little treasure. When you clenched her fists in fury. If this sect can't tell right from wrong, then I won't stay another day. She unsheathed her sword and swiftly struck down Tian Yuan's attackers. Her blade lifted Tian Yuan's battered body into the air, and she carried him away. Master, they're escaping! He Miao shouted. The sect master smirked. Don't rush. Tian Yuan, barely conscious, thought. Why would she save me? When you shouted, Focus on yourself, you clueless idiot! The sect master roared, unleashing a terrifying spiritual palm that slammed them both to the ground. He Miao clapped gleefully. Master, you promised to leave his body intact. My bad. But even shattered herb saint bodies have their uses. Tian Yuan lay dying. I'm not dead yet. When you shielded me, but I'm just a mortal. I won't last. If I could start over, I'd kill them both, with my own hands. Then suddenly, a voice rang out. Congratulations, host has entered a near-death state. Activating Heaven's chosen gardener system. Tian Yuan smiled weakly. System, took you long enough. Host has successfully awakened the system. Distributing awakening reward. Tian Yuan saw the reward. Still, you came just in time. Awarded, 1 10,000-year flower spirit seed. The flower spirit seed requires the host's blood to activate. Proceed? Tian Yuan grinned, spitting out blood onto the seed. You even have to ask? Of course. Flower spirit seed, activate. Meanwhile, in the herb garden, He Miao smugly reported. That thief Tian Yuan has already been taken care of, master. About managing the herb garden. The sect master waved his hand. Relax. From now on, it's entirely your responsibility. But just then, a strange glow began to radiate from Tian Yuan's broken body. One of the nearby sect disciples noticed it, and his eyes gleamed greedily. That's gotta be something valuable. No way I'm letting that witch He Miao take all the credit for herself. I'll quietly claim it. Another disciple stopped him. Hold it. Don't forget my share. As the first disciple reached out to grab the glowing seed, it began to pulse and bloom, rapidly transforming into a cluster of enormous, radiant flowers. A burst of spiritual energy knocked both men off their feet. The sect master's face twisted in shock. What is this? He Miao stared in horror. What's happening? Why did such a massive flower suddenly bloom in the herb garden? The sect master's expression darkened. There's no mistaking it. A phenomenon like this, it's at least 100,000-year great spirit. He quickly explained. Just as humans have 4 major cultivation realms, heaven, earth, mystic, and mortal, the demon race's spirits ascend by age, 10,000-year spirit, 100,000-year great spirit, million-year demon king, and 10 million-year demon emperor. Most spiritual herbs cultivate just fine with a fraction of that lifespan. But if we refine this spirit, even I can't imagine the benefits. He Miao hesitated. But master, this spirit looks completely human. How are we supposed to refine her? The sect master snapped. Nonsense! Spirits can't take human form. But before he could finish, the giant flower petals parted, revealing a breathtakingly beautiful woman within. She slowly opened her eyes, ancient and cold. I have been asleep for so long. The sect master's heart dropped. A spirit, in human form? Just how powerful must this great spirit be? The woman raised a hand, speaking into the air. Morning Glory Transmission Vine, this is Empress Manhwa, calling all 4 demon emperors. Mei Wei, see you at Yu. If you can hear me, respond. Humph, don't tell me those fools really died in that last war? The sect master quickly barked an order. You too! What are you standing there for? Go capture her. She's only just woken up. Her combat strength must be weak. Bring her to me, and I'll reward you handsomely. The 2 disciples hesitated in fear, but moved forward. Manhwa smiled coldly, her crimson eyes gleaming. Humph. I always thought 1 empress on this continent was more than enough. As the men drew closer, Manhwa unleashed an attack. Humans should all die. Petals like blades of light shot toward them. One of the men's eyes widened in horror as the petals touched his skin, and his body began to dissolve into nothing. His screams echoed briefly, then fell silent. Manhwa frowned. Is that all I've got? Has my power really weakened this much? The sect master's face twisted in fear. Her power, it's terrifying. I can't fight her. I need to get out of here. But as he turned to flee, Fei Hua's sharp gaze locked onto him. Coward! She flung another wave of petals at him, but this time, they harmlessly passed over his body. Fei Hua's eyes widened. What? He's unharmed? No. I've been asleep too long. I can't control my power properly, focus, if I just concentrate. She launched another attack, but again, the sect master stood unharmed. He looked confused, then began to laugh. Ha! I knew it. You just woke up, your strength is a joke now. Take this. He summoned his sword. Purple Qi Rising Sword. A powerful beam shot out, striking Fei Hua and sending her crashing to the ground. He grabbed her by the throat. Once I refine and absorb you, I'll break through to heaven rank for sure. Fei Hua coughed, blood spilling from her lips. I finally wake up, only to die at the hands of a mere human? From a distance, Tian Yuan had been watching everything. He gritted his teeth and looked to his system. This flower spirit you gave me is pathetic. Barely lasted a second before getting flattened. The system responded. This is the micro-gardener system. To fully activate a planted spirit's power, the host must make direct contact. So, I have to get close to her? Wounded and bleeding, Tian Yuan pushed himself up and limped toward Fei Hua. I'm dead either way, might as well trust this system for once. As he neared her, the sect master spotted him. You're still alive? Guess I'll finish you off myself. He slashed at Tian Yuan, who barely dodged, collapsing next to Fei Hua. Fei Hua looked up at him weakly. I am Fei Hua, Demon Empress of the Central Continent. And you think a mere human can grab my hand? Tian Yuan growled. Quit acting all high and mighty, and grab my damn hand already. The sect master stepped forward. Still alive? I'll crush you myself. Fei Hua glared. Humans, pathetic to the very end. Even with death staring you in the face, you still dare to defile me? But then, she noticed Tian Yuan's outstretched hand. His scent, it's oddly comforting, strangely soothing, my body, it's moving toward him on its own, but no way am I letting a human touch me. But before she could pull away, Tian Yuan grabbed her ankle. A system notification chimed. Congratulations. Host has successfully made contact with the planted spirit. A brilliant light erupted. Awakened active talent, unlocked. Tian Yuan blinked. Wait, the power you mentioned, you mean I'm planting this great spirit inside my dantian? Fei Hua's face twisted in disbelief. Even a dantian is a field? How did I end up here? She felt her strength start to return. The system spoke again. Detected spirit herb successfully planted within host's dantian. Exalting Sade's energy. The sect master's face contorted in rage. Enough games! You stole my spirit, now I'll rip her out of you. Tian Yuan panicked. System, help! Initiating plant-human fusion. A green light enveloped Tian Yuan, his body transforming. He let out a powerful roar as his strength surged. In one strike, he demolished the massive stone gate at the garden's entrance. The sect master barely dodged, his face pale as he looked back at the shattered gate. Sweat dripped from his brow. What is this power? Tian Yuan floated in the air, his new form part human, part plant. Vines coiled around his arms, petals glowing along his skin. The system cheerfully announced. Plant-human fusion form unlocked. Tian Yuan looked at himself and groaned. Seriously? That's the name you went with? Couldn't you think of something cooler? Both of them were hiding in fear, peeking out from behind cover. Holy crap! One of them whispered. That sword strike was insane! Is this really the same useless Tian Yuan we know? Tian Yuan stood calmly, staring at the power surging in his hand. My control still sucks, he muttered. The slash veered off target. No way I should miss from this distance. The sect master was still seething with rage, but before he could act, Tian Yuan unleashed another vicious attack at him. The sect master's eyes widened. That power! Terrifying! What happened to this kid's body? He barely managed to block the strike, but Tian Yuan was already behind him, launching another attack. This time, the blade cut him slightly. Tian Yuan grinned coldly. I'll use your blood to kickstart my journey to the top. The sect master, though shaken, kept silent. Then, gathering his strength, he growled. You reckless fool! Swinging your sword like a man and thinking my blood will help you rise? In the next instant, the sect master transformed, his aura swelling. Both Tian Yuan and Fei Hua stared in shock. Fei Hua scoffed. You're a straight-up pervert, the sect master sneered. Xian sword technique. Purple mood activate! And in a flash, he charged at Tian Yuan, much faster than before. Tian Yuan dodged swiftly, but noted the speed. So fast. But you think your purple mood works on a plant-type cultivator like me? The two clashed for a while, strikes and counters lighting up the battlefield. But one of the sect master's attacks finally connected, shattering part of the mask on Tian Yuan's face. The sect master grinned cruelly, attacking again. Even with all that power, you're still trash. Years of cultivation, experience, things you'll never catch up to. Let's see how long you can last. Fei Hua watched the fight from inside Tian Yuan's consciousness. As expected, she thought grimly. Even with my power, a mere human can't control it properly. Am I really going to die right after waking up? But just then, a flash of light caught her eye. What is that? Outside, Tian Yuan taunted the sect master. I've written over a dozen cultivation novels, old man. First time someone's told me I lack experience. It's just about using high-frequency spiritual energy to boost the blade. You really think I can't pull that off? The sect master's expression darkened. Your sword can regenerate? I underestimated you. Tian Yuan smirked. Damn right. It's longer and sharper now. Hearing their ridiculous banter, Fei Hua shouted angrily. Will you two idiots fight properly already? Tian Yuan chuckled. Every cultivation technique boils down to controlling spiritual energy. Project it, restrain it. Watch closely. I call this move Death Beneath the Bloom. A massive explosion shook the ground, sending the sect master flying. Fei Hua's eyes widened as she realized what had happened. He used plant properties to absorb spiritual energy faster, then unleashed it all at once. His spiritual energy control, it even surpasses mine. But Tian Yuan didn't stop. He summoned dozens of flower-shaped spiritual attacks, which burst like bombs around the sect master. From afar, Miao watched in panic. Damn it, the old guy's actually losing to Tian Yuan? Was all my sacrifice for nothing? Now heavily wounded, the sect master fell to one knee. Wait, he gasped. For the sake of our master-disciple bond, spare me. The herb garden is yours. And you can enjoy Miao however you like. Tian Yuan smirked darkly. Sure. I won't kill you. Our bond was ruined by that treacherous girl. Kill her, and maybe we can patch things up. The sect master nodded. True, that lying, slandering tramp deserves to die. Miao's face went pale. She turned to run, crying out, No! I don't want to die! But before she could escape, the sect master struck her from behind, piercing her chest. For your master's sake, just sacrifice yourself for now. That brat can't stay in this state forever. I'll avenge you later. Inside, Fei Hua watched grimly. Foolish, soft-hearted kid. You still don't get how cruel humans can be. Suddenly, she noticed something. Tian Yuan raised his hand, launching a final, devastating attack that killed the sect master. Before dying, the old man gasped. You tricked me? Tian Yuan laughed. I've written enough novels to know exactly how villains like you operate. At that moment, the spirit flower seed emerged from Tian Yuan's body, blooming into a magnificent flower. The energy drain left him weak, and he staggered. Fei Hua appeared before him, smiling slyly. Not bad, you humans are amusing. Now kiss my toes and become my exclusive servant. I might spare you. Tian Yuan's hand trembled as he reached out, but then he swatted her foot away. You've lost your mind. A summoned spirit trying to make me her master? Get real. Furious, Fei Hua shouted. Filthy brat, I'll kill you myself. But the moment she got close to Tian Yuan, her expression shifted. What's happening? I got hit by a human, so why am I feeling this fluttery sensation? Something's wrong, his whole body radiates this intoxicating aura. Unable to resist, she grabbed Tian Yuan and kissed him. Not good. I can't control my body at all, she thought. Tian Yuan froze, utterly stunned. Fei Hua pulled back, her face flushed and furious. That was my first kiss, you bastard! Tian Yuan tries to bring Fei Hua back to her senses and yells. What do you think you're doing? But Fei Hua remains dazed, murmuring. It's not enough. Tian Yuan thinks to himself. Just being near him restores my drained body. Suddenly, Fei Hua kisses him again. Tian Yuan clenches his fists and thinks. Don't even think about escaping. He gasps. I almost suffocated. Fei Hua, panting, replies. Ha! Ha! That should be enough. I think. But in the next moment, she snaps out of her daze, eyes burning with fury. Damn you, human scum! What kind of wicked spell did you cast on me? Let me go, or I'll rearrange your face. Tian Yuan retorts. You're the one who forced yourself on me. I didn't do anything. You stole my first kiss the moment you appeared, you big pervert. Fei Hua, flustered, yells back. Do you think that wasn't my first kiss too? That makes us even. Tian Yuan stares at her in disbelief. You're a 10,000-year-old demon. And that was your first kiss? Fei Hua snaps. Is that any of your business? Absurd. Me, a mighty demon, acting like a fool before a mere human. Even if you saved me, you'd be better off as a corpse that can't talk. Tian Yuan shouts. Stop casually talking about silencing me. But just then, Fei Hua senses something. Huh! My powers. They're returning? Is it because of this human? Sensing an opportunity, Tian Yuan tries to escape. Meanwhile, Fei Hua thinks. Every time I get near this human, I can't resist absorbing his energy. Damn it! I'll have to kill him eventually. But for now, I'll use him to restore my strength. She summons her vines and captures him again. Tian Yuan screams. Don't you dare try anything funny. I'm your master. Fei Hua ignores him. Quick! Give me more! Tian Yuan yells. What the hell do you want me to give you? Fei Hua demands. It's still not enough. Not nearly enough. She begins licking his body to absorb his energy. Tian Yuan cries out. Please don't bite me. Fei Hua responds. Power! Let me absorb more. What's wrong? You forced me into this. Can't even last a little? Tian Yuan feels like his soul is leaving his body. Weakly, he whispers. I can't. Not a single drop left. Fei Hua scoffs. Humph. I'll spare you for now. But don't think this is over, Tian Yuan grumbles. You beast. Fei Hua snaps back. I'm a plant. But inwardly she worries. The power I regained would vanish in a single fight. This man can't die yet. Just then, the voices of disciples echo from outside. The formation is repaired. Quick, get inside. Several disciples rush in. One of them gasps. The sect master's aura. It's gone. Another disciple shouts. Sect master! Your disciple, Xian Sheng, is here to aid you. It's Xian Sheng, second senior brother of Xian sect, mid-stage Yellow Realm cultivator. Fei Hua narrows her eyes and points at them. Where did these pests crawl out from? Tian Yuan, alarmed, yells. Stop! Don't attack. This confuses Fei Hua. Tian Yuan thinks. Most of these disciples are innocent. I can't let her go on a killing spree. But Fei Hua ignores him and kicks Tian Yuan in the head, preparing an attack. Get lost, or I'll kill you too. She unleashes a terrifying blast. The disciples barely dodge, trembling in fear. Fei Hua, shocked, mutters, "It missed? You brat. What trick did you pull?" Tian Yuan, struggling, breaks free from her vines. "Don't forget, you were grown from my dantian. Without my permission, you can't use your power freely." But Fei Hua punches him in the face, laughing. "Ha ha ha, seems your own kind doesn't even appreciate your help. As expected, the human race is full of ungrateful beasts." Then Xian Xing spots Tian Yuan, walks over, and steps on his chest. "You were right. He just fought Master Xian. He must be exhausted. Once I become sect master, I'll reward you all handsomely." His lackeys chime in. "Did he really defeat the sect master?" "Thank you, second brother Xian." Tian Yuan gasps. "Are you insane? I'm trying to save you." But Xian Xing doesn't care. He beats Tian Yuan viciously. Die. Die. Once you're dead, the sect master's seat will be mine. And so will your horned woman. Ha! Fei Hua, furious, yells, "Watch your filthy mouth, you insect! Who said I was his woman?" But the moment Tian Yuan coughs up blood, Fei Hua also spits out blood, stunned. As Xian Xing raises his sword to finish Tian Yuan, the latter thinks, "If that hammer hits me, I'm dead. I still have a bit of power left from my plant form. I have to use it now." He strikes with his remaining strength, blasting Xian Xing backward. The disciples panic. "Senior brother Xian. Are you okay?" Xian Xing grits his teeth. "I'm fine. Just bluff. He didn't even scratch me." Tian Yuan stands up. "You think I was bluffing? Feeling a strange warmth below your stomach yet?" Xian Xing, confused, looks down. "Now that you mention it, it's kind of comfortable." My pants." Tian Yuan smirks. "That's the technique. Once she breaks all techniques. I just injected spiritual power into your dantian." Xian Xing, embarrassed, growls. "That's just a cheap trick to make me pee myself. Your strength is only early yellow realm." Tian Yuan, charging again, shouts. "You won't listen, huh? Then I'll beat the piss out of you for real." Xian Xing, roaring. "The sect master's seat is mine." The two start brawling like children, making Fei Hua yawn. "So boring. But how can a human use demonic power? If I can't use it, I'll just give it back to him." She focuses and sends power to Tian Yuan. "Don't disappoint me, human brat." Suddenly, Tian Yuan feels a surge. He looks at his hand. It glows with pink demonic energy. He strikes Xian Xing. Boom! Xian Xing's clothes explode off, his body trembling. A nearby mountain crumbles from the shockwave. Disciples gasp. "He blew up the mountain. What terrifying power!" Xian Xing, terrified, falls to his knees. "This humble one was blind to your greatness, sect master. Spare me!" Tian Yuan mutters. "Don't call me sect master. Tell everyone to leave. Xian's sect is finished," he thinks. "I almost killed someone. Good thing I held back. That sudden burst of power, it must have been her doing." He turns to Fei Hua. "Give it up! As long as I'm here, you won't run wild." Fei Hua, deep in thought, snaps. "Shut up. I'm thinking." She thinks. That move he used, it fused with demonic energy, and even improved it. My people are powerful, but we lack precision. Humans win with clever techniques. If our demonic power were as flexible, I would have won the war 10,000 years ago. Later, Tian Yuan gently sets Wenyu down. On his knees, heart heavy, he looks at her body. "System. Is there really no other way?" The system replies. "That is correct. This system has done all it can. The host's senior sister's body will decay within a week." Tian Yuan sits in silence, remembering the past. "We only knew each other for a few years, and even then, they weren't good memories. But today, I finally realized, I misunderstood you. You were never targeting me. You've always been that righteous, fearless senior sister. He clutches his chest, eyes trembling. Is there really nothing I can do to save her? No. This is the cultivation world. There has to be some miraculous treasure out there that can bring her back. He calls out. System. Search this world for any spiritual plants that can save a life. The system begins scanning. Countless options appear before him. Tian Yuan grins. Ha! That's the heavenly gardener system for you. Of course you've got a full plant encyclopedia. Guess those 10 years of writing web novels weren't a total waste. The system responds. Search complete. 15 results found. System results. Mycelium cordylers, used by the corpse sect to create living corpses. Blue Silver Emperor. The plant's spirit takes over the body. J. Head Qing. Creates the illusion of revival, but the person stays dead. Tian Yuan frowns. What the hell? Get serious! What are these dumb options? The system calmly replies. No need to panic, host. I will go through them one by one. But then something catches Tian Yuan's eye. Immortal lotus root. Plant it before decomposition begins. The dead will be revived as a lotus spirit, preserving their memories and personality. Tian Yuan's heart races. This. It's the only one that can preserve her mind. But she wouldn't even be human anymore. He clenches his fists and shouts. Doesn't matter. Saving her comes first. System. Mark the location of the immortal lotus root. The system replies bluntly. This system does not have a plant tracking function. Tian Yuan, frustrated, snaps. Then what good are you? The system stays calm. While I can't detect it, there is someone who can. Meanwhile, Fei Hua is wandering through the sect grounds. She scowls. Damn it! How can such a tiny sect hide so many spiritual plants? Suddenly, she hears cries for help. Turning a corner, she finds animated, living plants attacking disciples, biting, wrapping, devouring them. The disciples scream in fear. Fei Hua smirks. Heh, so you little beasts crave the flesh of cultivators? Feast. Grow stronger. Rise as my army. She kneels down, studying the plants. You're in excellent condition. Whoever raised you has serious gardening skills. Then she hears a familiar voice. Stop right now! From the bushes, Tian Yuan bursts out. Ajiao! Xiao Hua! Xiao Mei! What the? When did my garden turn into a jungle? Hey! No eating humans, got it? He gently scolds the plants like misbehaving pets. Spit out whatever disciples you've eaten so far, come on! To everyone's shock, the plants obey. They release the terrified disciples unharmed. Fei Hua watches, impressed. Interesting. Never thought spiritual plants would listen to you. Aside from the 4 demon emperors and me, you're the only one. Tian Yuan beams proudly. Of course. Don't underestimate the bond between me and my little green friends. Just then, one of the plants swallows him whole. Tian Yuan muffled. Hey! Stop that! Let me out! Fei Hua sighs, thinking. EW. He actually named those half-conscious weeds? Gross. She turns toward the trembling disciples. They clearly came to steal herbs. And you're letting them off? Twice? Might as well feed them to the flowers. She entangles them with vines, the disciples crying and begging for help. Second senior brother Xian Xing, save us! But to their horror, Fei Hua had already captured Xian Xing with vines too. At that moment, Tian Yuan bursts out from the plant's mouth. He sighs. The real culprit's dead. As for the rest of you, live or die, I don't care anymore. More importantly, do any of you know where the immortal lotus root is? Fei Hua, amused, asks. Oh? Trying to save someone? Tian Yuan nods. Yeah. My senior sister saved my life. I have to return the favor. Just tell me where to find it. Fei Hua folds her arms. I'm the ancestor of all flowers. Of course I can sense it. But why should I help some annoying human like you? Tian Yuan, blushing, mutters, "I'll help you recover your strength." The memory of their kiss flashes in Fei Hua's mind. Her face turns red. She kicks him square in the face. "Shameless!" Then she points to the disciples and says coldly, "Trade me their lives. Otherwise, forget the lotus root." The disciples scream, "Wait! Can you two flirt without dragging us into it?" Tian Yuan, frozen in place, thinks, "Damn. In a cultivation novel, the cold-blooded protagonist would have killed these extras ages ago. But this is real life. You can't just go around murdering people. I'd become a serial killer. Guess I'm not cut out to be some badass arrogant MC. Let's try a different approach." He steps forward and shouts, "Fairy Fei Hua demands your pathetic lives, you scum! First, you tried to seize power. Then you stole spirit herbs. Unforgivable. If Xianjian were still alive, you'd be mincemeat by now," he continues dramatically. "But now, merciful Fairy Fei Hua needs to rebuild her plant army. So what are you going to do? I'll teach you how to cultivate spiritual plants. Grow them tall, fierce, and mighty. Fairy Fei Hua doesn't want to lead a puny army, right?" Fei Hua, blinking, nods and mutters, "Well said. Wait, what? Who wants an army of brainless weeds? You almost tricked me, brat." Tian Yuan grins. "As the flower ancestor, can you really stand seeing these poor babies uncared for?" Fei Hua stares at the vines and thinks, "They are kinda cute." She sighs, releases the disciples, and says, "Fine. But I want results. If they can't care for my plants properly, I'll kill them myself." The disciples bow deeply. "Thank you, Fairy Fei Hua, for sparing us. Thank you, Sect Master Tian Yuan, for saving us. We'll serve the Ziyun sect till death." Tian Yuan rolls his eyes. "That's enough. Stop hovering around me and give me some space. I'll call you when I need you." As they run off, he thinks, "So, I'm the sect master now? Whatever. I guess that's my fate." He turns to Fei Hua. "Their lives are yours now. So, will you finally tell me where the immortal lotus root is?" Fei Hua, walking away, replies with a sly smirk, "Humph. I just hope you live long enough to reach it." The next day, Tian Yuan was seen instructing a disciple. "Hurry up! Put up the new plaque." The disciple nodded excitedly. "Sect Master! Please take a look. This plaque represents our admiration for you. It's as endless as a surging river, as overflowing as the Yellow River itself." Tian Yuan waved it off. All right. He thought to himself, they actually named the sect after me. This is so embarrassing. But it also feels pretty damn good to be worshipped like this." Just then, Tian Yuan noticed Fei Hua approaching. She was smirking and speaking to a disciple. "Hey, getting carried away already? I had hundreds of millions more followers than you back in the ancient era." Upon seeing her, the disciples immediately bowed. "Fairy! No, hello, Master's wife!" Fei Hua's cheeks flushed red at first, but in the next moment, she exploded in rage. "Who are you calling Master's wife? Are you looking to die?" Then she cooled off a little. "If you sprout any more nonsense, I'll rip your tongues out and hang you from a tree with them." She turned away, muttering, "I just need to get my power back." Who the hell would want to be his cultivation partner? Meanwhile, Tian Yuan's heart began to pound. What's going on? Suddenly, I find her kind of cute. Fei Hua suddenly grabbed Tian Yuan's ear and yelled, "You didn't teach them to say that, did you?" Ow. "No, I didn't," he cried. "Cute my ass," he thought. He quickly changed the topic. Okay. Just tell me where the immortal lotus root is." Fei Hua scoffed. "Humph. I'm just afraid you'll back out when you hear it. It all started hundreds of thousands of years ago. A human cultivator calling himself Emperor Bailing suddenly rose to power. He led a brutal campaign against my spirit plant kin. Back then, we were scattered across the world. He'd reward human cultivators with captured plant spirits like us, letting them refine our bodies into treasures. This act created countless enemies and built the foundation of many sections. Among them is the present-day Bliss sect, the most evil, twisted sect of its time. I can sense it, the immortal lotus root is there. Tian Yuan frowned. But it's been so long. How do you know the Bliss sect still exists? Humph, Fei Hua said. Because the purple mood technique is the Bliss sect's secret art. With your current strength, you'd be walking into your death. Those perverted scum. I feel sick just thinking about them. Yeah, that does sound pretty evil and twisted, Tian Yuan admitted. So I advise you to wait until I've recovered my strength, Fei Hua said. Does he think I'm some thirsty, promiscuous woman? Just to do that kind of thing. No way, Tian Yuan barked. If we delay any longer, senior sister will be done for. You promised to help me. Hurry up and think of something, omnipotent fairy Fei Hua. She punched him hard. Don't get handsy. You're not allowed to touch me unless it's to restore my power. Otherwise, your precious senior sister can go die. Fine, Tian Yuan grumbled. As long as you save her, I'll listen to you. Fei Hua thought, every time this human gets close, my heart starts pounding. I can't let him near me so casually. She said, if you don't have enough power, there are still ways around it. As long as I'm here, there's no problem. But you must obey my commands. Understand? I'll get ready right away. Hey, anyone here have a storage ring? Tian Yuan thought, I need to bring senior sister's body along so I can resurrect her immediately. One disciple stepped forward. Our report. I have one. I'll take you to perfected Master Ziyun's treasury. Tian Yuan's eyes lit up. Here we are. Hee. The old geezer left behind some loot. A classic Cultivation novel moment. Fei Hua narrowed her eyes, thinking, this kid is so naive, which makes him easier to control. Just be a good little puppet. And if I find Mei Wei there, another chance to start a celestial war will be mine. A while later, Tian Yuan examined a pill in his hand. So this is a marrow-cleansing pill? Looks just like they're described in novels. He turned to the system window. System, can I use this thing? The system replied. The host's cultivation system is different. Consuming medicinal pills will be of little use. Tian Yuan handed it to the disciple. Fine, it's yours. The disciple was stunned. Sect Master, aren't you going to use it yourself? I have my own opportunities. I don't need something so mundane. Two disciples whispered. Did you hear that? He just called a high-grade spirit pill mundane, and he's always talking to the air. Maybe there's a powerful expert living in his consciousness? Sect Master Tian Yuan's power is bottomless. He controls a demon emperor and acts so low-key, truly unfathomable. Tian Yuan chuckled to himself. Heh, they're hyping me up on their own. So these misunderstanding comedy tropes really do exist. But if I want total loyalty, this still isn't enough. He cleared his throat. Ahem. Since you've glimpsed my true power, I'll no longer hide it. I am the reincarnation of a celestial. Joining the Ziyun sect was merely part of my mortal trial. If any of you feign loyalty, I won't even need to act. The restrictions I've placed on you will blow you up into flower fertilizer. The disciples panicked. Restrictions? When did he place them? Tian Yuan tossed them treasure. But I'm not unreasonable. These pills will be distributed to all disciples to boost cultivation. He thought, give them a little sweetness, and they'll ignore all the plot holes and follow me wholeheartedly. The disciples cheered. Sect Master Tian saved our lives and gave us a chance to grow stronger. We'll take great care of the spirit plants. We won't disappoint. Tian Yuan handed a flower to the first disciple. By the way, I'll be leaving the sect for a few days. What's your name? I'm leaving this place in your care. If there's an emergency, crush this voice-transmitting flower. He thought, this kid looks like he gets bullied daily. Give him a little authority, and he'll keep the others in check. The disciple nervously smiled. I am called Xiao Miguel. Why me? Xiao Miguel panicked. Has he seen through my disguise? I heard the new sect master is a pervert who does indecent things in broad daylight. Is he hinting at something? Tian Yuan frowned. That sounds like a girl's name. Wah. I've been exposed, she thought. But Tian Yuan just shrugged. Never mind. Get to work. If you slack off, I'll have Fei Hua punish you. Keep a close eye on everyone. After Tian Yuan left, the other disciples gathered. Time to hand out the goods to the brothers, Miguel. Don't forget us when you get promoted. Tian Yuan smirked. Let's see how you high and mighty cultivators like being my underlings. Finally, the treasury is all mine. He dug through the stash. Let's see if there's a weapon that suits me. The cloud-stirring sword? Isn't that the old geezer Xian's favorite weapon? Nice sword! It's mine now! He drew the sword from the ring. And to his shock, it transformed into a hoe. What the system? He shouted. What's going on? The system replied. The cloud-stirring sword possesses a divine sense. It automatically transformed into the magical artifact best suited for the host. The host smacked him across the face. Why is this stupid hoe hitting me? Tian Yuan screamed. It says it is not a stupid sword. You are to call it the golden shovel. It is now angry. Tian Yuan sighed. With a setup like this, can I really save eldest senior sister? Success depends on human effort, host. Scene shift, beyond the borders, the endless desert. Suddenly, a massive whale-like beast burst from beneath the sands. The insect, damn it! It roared. Beyond the borders, deep within the endless desert. Tian Yuan and Fei Hua soared at lightning speed inside a flying artifact, cutting through the scorching winds. Tian Yuan wiped the sweat off his brow and groaned. It's so hot. Are you sure we didn't take a wrong turn? Fei Hua glared. Are you questioning me? Tian Yuan thought to himself, we've flown thousands of miles without spotting a single soul. This Xian Yuan world is desolate. My understanding of this realm is too shallow. I can't just rely on a stolen sect's name. I need intel, fast. Suddenly, the system chimed in. Alert! Host's spiritual power has been depleted. Golden shovel will make an emergency landing. Tian Yuan panicked. Damn system! Why didn't you say so sooner? The system replied calmly. Host never asked. Crash. The artifact spiraled down, crash landing into the sands. Tian Yuan groaned. Hiss. I fell from that high and I'm still alive. My luck really is. But just then, he noticed Fei Hua beneath him, blushing furiously, her face turning crimson. Slap! She smacked him hard, grabbed his collar, and yelled. What's so great? You call this luck? Tian Yuan gasped. Stop hitting me! It's not my fault! The golden shovel just drains too much spiritual power! Fei Hua fumed. And who's using up my spiritual power? The bickering escalated, until suddenly, a mysterious masked man appeared, pointing accusingly. How dare you commit such shameless acts in broad daylight? Today, I, Li Tang, shall deliver justice on behalf of the heavens. With a shout, he unleashed Quicksand Burial! A wave of sand engulfed Tian Yuan and Fei Hua, trapping them. Li Tang laughed wickedly. It worked! Ha! Serves you right! But just as he celebrated, Tian Yuan summoned his wine, which whipped out like a fist and smashed into Li Tang. Mercy! Mercy! Stop hitting me! Li Tang cried. Tian Yuan emerged from the sand, brushing himself off. Tisk, sand got into some weird places. He grabbed Li Tang. You little brat! Who are you? Why'd you attack us? Li Tang trembled, thinking, these two are mid-stage Earth realm at least. I messed up. He quickly cast a spell, sand erupting around him as he vanished into a cloud of dust. Eat sand, evil cultivators from the Alliance of Ultimate Bliss, Fei Hua shouted. That little thief stole the golden shovel. Tian Yuan looked down at his waist. Holy shit! When? Meanwhile, Li Tang used his sand diving technique to escape, chuckling. Heh! No one beats me in escape arts. With this bliss token, sneaking into the alliance will be a breeze. But the wine wasn't done, it latched onto his leg. Tian Yuan grinned. God, you artifact thief! Li Tang screamed. I'll let go! You evil cultivator! He crashed through a wall, falling into a hidden underground village. Moments later, Tian Yuan and Fei Hua smashed through the ceiling. Tian Yuan grinned. I knew there had to be a grotto heaven beneath this desert. So this is your lair? Li Tang panicked. I'm screwed. They followed me here. He quickly shouted. You've got guts to chase me here. But my thousands of companions will arrive any second. Tian Yuan raised an eyebrow. Thousands? Fei Hua, prepare to merge. This might get ugly. Fei Hua sighed. Are you stupid? Li Tang smirked. Soon I'll do this and that to you. My name, Li Tang of the Desert, is enough to stop babies from crying. They bought it. He thought. Just then, 3 men appeared behind him. Big bro Li Tang. We're here to help. Li Tang turned. Holy shit. Fei Hua's wine shot out and grabbed all 3 instantly. Tian Yuan stormed forward. You dare make a fool out of me? I'm going to teach you a lesson. Fei Hua sighed. Let's end this farce already. Wham! After a brutal beating, Li Tang shouted at his men. Idiots! Didn't we agree the green signal meant to escape? One of them cried. You beat up Big Bro like this? You scum from the Alliance of Ultimate Bliss! Another one shouted. We'll never go back to being human cauldrons. Even if you torture us. Tian Yuan rubbed his temples. Stop, stop, stop! What nonsense is this? We're not from the Alliance of Ultimate Bliss. You guys robbed us and now you're flipping the blame? Li Tang checked Tian Yuan's pouch, just a hole inside. He scratched his head. Ahaha. So it wasn't a bliss token after all. I thought only perverts from the Alliance would do that kind of stuff in broad daylight. Fei Hua returned the shovel. Sorry, it was all a misunderstanding. Tian Yuan snapped. You're weak, broke, and still tried to rob us. A simple apology isn't gonna cut it. Li Tang pleaded. I'm not a robber. Just tell me what compensation you want. He thought, they really aren't from the Alliance. I've got to bluff my way out. Tian Yuan smirked. I don't want your spirit stones. Tell me what you know about the Alliance of Ultimate Bliss and I might let you go. Li Tang nodded and explained. The Alliance once stayed in the central city. But one day, they captured a primordial giant beast, Bashia, and placed their entire sect on its back. Since then, they've been roaming the desert, pillaging villages, abducting people, and using them as human cauldrons. His little sister was taken. The underground village was formed from the survivors, and he'd been looking for a chance to rescue her. That's why he attacked Tian Yuan. Tian Yuan groaned. Hiss. Did I just trigger a side quest? I only wanted a lotus root to save my senior sister. Don't drag me into this. He said. So you tried to steal a bliss token to sneak in and save your sister, right? Li Tang gasped. How'd you know? Tian Yuan grinned. Because I'm a genius. Though that plan's not half bad. But where am I gonna get a bliss token? Just then, boom! The ceiling exploded. A new figure appeared. I knew there had to be a grotto heaven here. Looks like this is the Yisha clan's lair. Tian Yuan gritted his teeth. Aren't those MY lines? Then, one thug laughs. So this is where the last of the Yisha clan are hiding. The second thug sneers. Catching them all would be a huge score. The first thug grins wickedly. Just thinking about it. My bliss token is trembling with excitement. Watching them from the shadows, Li Tang panics. Crap! Did my fight attract them? That pressure. Mystic Realm cultivators? I can't take them alone. I'll have to trick them into helping me. Time to play the victim. Beside her, Tian Yuan looks at the 2 thugs and thinks. Ugh, who are these creeps? Li Tang turns to him dramatically and pleads. Fellow Taoists. Please help me. Take the children and run. My name is Li Tang. I don't think I'm going to make it. But the children, they're innocent. They're the Yusha clan's last hope. Then she rushes at the two thugs, yelling, "Die, you perverts!" While charging, she thinks, "I laid it on thick. Anyone would feel compelled to help." Besides, these two clearly hate the alliance of ultimate bliss too. The first thug scoffs. "A mere yellow realm cultivator dares to fight us." The second thug grins. "A masochist? I like it." They both attack Li Tang. She's shocked as they grab her using overwhelming pressure. She screams inside her head. Why isn't he helping yet? God, it hurts. My bones, they're cracking. Their power forces the truth out. Li Tang's disguise shatters. She's actually a girl. The thugs are delighted. Ho ho ho. She's a real beauty. Ooh, what a fine little treat. One of them steps closer. "Break her in first, then give her to me. Let me get the first taste." Li Tang shouts in rage. "You beasts!" Suddenly, Tian Yuan grabs the thug's wrist and says calmly, "That was your punishment for trying to guilt-trip me. I hate guilt-tripping." The thug yanks his hand away, furious. "You think this trick will work on me? So, you want to play the hero saving the girl?" The other adds mockingly, "Do you need that silly magic artifact to fly?" The first thug yells, "Help! I've been challenged by a weakling mortal." Tian Yuan glares at them. "You think this is funny? I'll show you what a mortal can do." He turns to Fei Hua. "Fei Hua, combine." But Fei Hua is cowering in a corner. "EW. There's no way I'm fighting these disgusting creeps. I'll transfer my demonic power to you. Deal with them yourself." The thugs laugh. He, relying on a woman? Your pathetic act is turning me off. In a moment I'll let you taste what it's like to be a woman. Tian Yuan thinks, fine. With Fei Hua's demonic power, even a mortal like me created his own techniques. Let's see if I can beat mystic realm cultivators. He attacks them with his uprooting a mountain move. It's devastating, so powerful that Fei Hua is shocked. The demonic energy is draining fast. There's no doubt. He's creating techniques with pure demonic force. Tian Yuan defeats the thugs and rescues Li Tang. She's trembling as he brings her down. Such terrifying power. "Benefactor, what's your cultivation level?" Tian Yuan says plainly. "I don't have one. I'm just a mortal." The two thugs are knocked out cold, heads smashed into the wall. Tian Yuan chuckles. "Even I'm surprised by that one." Behind him, Li Tang fixes her clothes quietly. Tian Yuan thinks, amazing! I can actually use all the techniques I wrote in my novel. Fei Hua smirks. You've got skills. When I revive the demon race, you'll be my #1 lackey. Tian Yuan replies, "Hey, let's get this straight. We're partners, not that kind of thing." Fei Hua growls, "So you don't know what's good for you, huh?" Tian Yuan shouts back, "Looking for a fight again?" Li Tang interrupts, "Benefactors. With your divine techniques and your dual cultivation, may I ask where you come from? I must repay your kindness." Tian Yuan groans, "It's not dual cultivation." Fei Hua yells too, "It's not dual cultivation." Then she mutters, "Even if it looks like it, it doesn't count." Tian Yuan coughs. Ahem. Just drop it. No need to repay me. This place has been compromised. Pack up and get out. Li Tang says thoughtfully, "Benefactor. You acted because of the bliss token, didn't you? Are you also trying to infiltrate the alliance of ultimate bliss?" Tian Yuan nods. "You could say that. I'm going there to save someone. I can't waste energy saving your sister too." Li Tang replies kindly, "You're too formal. I just want to offer help to show gratitude. Here's a floor plan of the alliance. And a portrait of my sister, she's super cute." Tian Yuan glares. "So you are asking me to save her?" Li Tang grins. "Oh come on, don't be cold. If we coordinate, it'll be easy. Want to hear my plan?" Tian Yuan sighs. "She's like a whole different person." Li Tang explains, "This area is weakly guarded. You can blast through here for an escape. Afterward, I'll turn this place into a runic labyrinth. Yusha clan traps work on all levels: heaven, earth, mystic, yellow. And finally, here's my little sister. So, will you help me? Whether you want my body or the clan's secret treasure as reward, I'm ready. Tian Yuan says flatly. We'll see. Keep your body. I've memorized her face. If I run into her, I'll decide then. Just hope that treasure actually exists. He thinks, looks like I got another mission. I'll just wing it, but I am curious about their treasure. Li Tang bows. Thank you, benefactor. Then she thinks, such a sincere man. The journey begins. Eventually, Li Tang stops. This is as far as I can go. Go 3 li forward. With the bliss token, you'll enter the formation. I'll wait here for your signal. Tian Yuan nods. Got it, don't get caught. Fei Hua grumbles. You made me wear this ridiculous outfit. I'll remember this. As they turn to leave, Li Tang calls out. Wait. Tian Yuan asks. What is it? Li Tang gives him a small rune. This is a Yusha clan blessing rune. May the moon goddess protect you, benefactors, and bring you back safely. Tian Yuan waves. We're leaving. Li Tang watches them go and thinks. What's wrong with me? For a second. I wish they'd stay. But this is the only chance to save my sister. Later, at the gate of the Bliss Alliance, a hideous woman blocks their path. You two must be new, you're dressed too conservatively. Join the Blood Grand Ceremony. Tian Yuan and Fei Hua have changed outfits, but Tian Yuan points to himself. Huh? This is conservative? He points to another girl. No. Look at her. She's even more covered than we are. The girl turns around. Me? Then she suddenly sticks a mustache on her face and grins. Transgender, you know? Check out my sexy little mustache. She walks off confidently. I'll be on my way. The ugly woman lets her through. Tian Yuan is stunned. Fei Hua mutters. Are they all idiots? Then Tian, angry, activates the previous sect leader's sword technique and shouts. Can I go inside now? Seeing this, the boyish woman says. That's our sect's secret technique, Purple Moon's sword art. And the bliss token has also been activated, so you can go in. Surprised, Tian says. Ah man, what was the point of acting so much? I could have just shown the technique and walked right in easily. From behind, Fei Hua says. You've learned this technique quite fast. Your mastery of it is almost equal to that old dog June now. Just then, the boyish woman grabs him from behind and says, Wait a moment! You haven't shown the sect token or any special skill yet. Hearing this, Fei Hua glares at her and says, You fat pig, take your filthy hand off me, or I won't even think once before killing you. From a distance, Tian watches nervously and thinks, If this continues, a fight will break out even before we enter the sect. But then, something unexpected happens. The boyish woman, blushing while looking at Fei Hua, says, She's our sect's queen. Then she allows Fei Hua to go inside. Watching this, Tian says to himself, So that's it? It ended just like that? Saying this, he and Fei Hua start walking inside. As they go, the woman calls out to Fei Hua. My name is Li Xinggu. Let's meet after the Grand Sect Queen ceremony. Hearing this, Tian says to Fei Hua. Looks like that woman likes you. Fei Hua replies coldly. Just ignore that disgusting woman. Scene shifts to the alliance of the Ultimate Bliss Sect, inside the inner hall, where one of the 3 heroes of the Bliss Sect, a fat woman named Bo Gang, is shouting. My favorite subordinate Fubua's life tablet has shattered. I demand justice. Hearing this, another of the 3 heroes, Master Kucha, says, If the life tablet has shattered, it means that person is already dead. That was his fate. There's no need to be so upset about it. Bo Gang, furious, yells at him. He wasn't your subordinate, so you have no right to speak about him. Master Kucha snaps. Shut up, you fat pig! Just then, one of Kucha's own disciples' life tablets also breaks. He falls to his knees crying. My beloved disciple Beanpole's life tablet has shattered. Who will I absorb lifespan from now? Seeing that, Bogang laughs loudly and says, Didn't you just say it was fate? Angry, Kutcha growls, What did you just say? I'll kill you! But a commanding voice interrupts. Both of you, be silent! It's the Alliance Master of the Bliss Sect, named Loveji. He says sternly, You both are soon to become branch masters of the sect. Should you really lose your temper over such trivial matters? Hearing this, both calm down. But then, Bogang, still uneasy, says, But someone killed our disciples! Loveji strokes his snake spirit and says, The grand ceremony of the Bliss Sect is near. Other sects members are sneaking in, using this opportunity. I'm sure the one who killed our disciples is among us. When the time comes, we'll capture them all at once, and then destroy their sects too. He continues, You both cultivate techniques that require living souls. This time, I won't stop you. Hearing that, Bogang grins wickedly and says, It's been so long since I've eaten a living cultivator's soul. Master Kutcha adds, Finally, some new materials for my alchemy furnace. Meanwhile, Loveji, using a mysterious artifact to view inside the sect, smirks and says, I'm curious to see what kind of fun will happen during this year's Bliss Sect ceremony. Scene shifts again, to the master peak of the Bliss Sect, where Tian and Fei Hua arrive. Looking around, Tian thinks, The inner halls of the Ultimate Bliss Sect Alliance are truly something to see. But everyone here, despite their fine clothes, is rotten to the core. I need to find the immortal lotus root. It might be in the arena tournament, or the auction house. But I can't focus on both places at once. Just then, a little girl walks up to them and says, Hey! You two stay here, and go get me some meat. What kind of lousy Bliss Sect ceremony is this? There's not even anything worth chewing. Tian greets her politely. My name is Tian Yuan. And what's your name? In his mind, he thinks, Looks like she's mistaking me for a servant of the Bliss Sect. The little girl yells, I am Master Sukken, an honorable guest personally invited by the Alliance Master himself. So take me to the sect treasury and bring me some meat, now. Tian thinks to himself. A little girl asking to be taken to the treasury? Is this a joke? Then he hears Fei Hua's voice whispering in his ear. Don't provoke her. Her cultivation is at mid-stage Earth realm, and her body is incredibly strong. I know you want to get information from her, but her aura is strange. Be careful what you say. Tian thinks. What? This little girl is that strong? Could she actually be an old woman skilled in body tempering? The more suspicious she is, the more opportunities she might bring me. It seems her goal might be the same as mine, so maybe I can gamble on this. Smiling, he says to Sukken, Of course, I'll find you some meat. He then takes her into a separate room. Looking around, Sukken says, This doesn't look like a treasury at all. Tian stares at her and says, You're right. This isn't the treasury. And I know you're not really here for meat. The little girl glares and shouts, What do you mean? Are you saying you've been fooling me this whole time? Feeling her aura, Tian thinks, I guessed right. She's no honored guest of the sect. Then he says, Calm down. We both have the same goal, to destroy the alliance of the Ultimate Bliss Sect. Hearing that, the girl relaxes a bit and asks, Are you really not a member of the Bliss Sect Alliance? Tian bows slightly and says politely, That's right. Thinking to himself, Such a naive little girl, manipulating her will be easy. The girl says, If you want to find the treasury, just ask any servant. I'll lie and say I came for food. Tian replies, No servant would ever know about the treasury. No one will believe such a lie. Thinking to himself, he adds, Has her brain fried from cultivation? I'll have to use her properly. The little girl, frustrated, snaps, Then what plan will work? Do you even have one? Tian smirks and says, I do have a perfect plan, the Bliss Sect Fighting Tournament. Whoever wins can take one treasure from the sect vault. The girl folds her arms and says, Do you think I haven't thought about that already? That treasure isn't even on the prize list. Tian replies, When you win the tournament, you'll know exactly where the sect treasury is. Then you can tell us. Simple. The girl narrows her eyes. But what's in it for you? Tian thinks. She's foolish, but sometimes she says smart things too. He answers. You want to enter the treasury, and I want the tournament prize. If you help me get the immortal lotus root, I'll help you reach the treasury. Hearing that, the little girl laughs and says, All right then, it's a deal. I'll work with you. Fei Hua looks at Tian and says, Do you really think you can win by teaming up with this idiot? As Sukin walks away, she mutters to herself. Eat full, loot all you can, that's the simple life. Watching her leave, Tian says to Fei Hua, With that strong body of hers, she might even be able to defeat cultivators stronger than her realm. Scene shifts again, to a mustached girl in the arena. She says, Wasn't that fight enough for you? The man in front of her, panting, says, Yes, that's enough. I admit defeat. But what's your name? The other tournament players whisper among themselves. She defeated the demon instructor so easily. How are we supposed to deal with her later? I heard her fighting technique uses goo arts. Then the girl looks at the audience and says, My name is Shock, and this. She gestures beside her. Is my goo partner Gluttony? Meanwhile, Fei Hua asks, Are you really going to let that foolish girl go to the arena alone? Tian replies from behind. Relax. This is only a top 16 match. The final is still far away, and you know she's beaten every opponent with a single punch before the tournament. So stop worrying about her and let's focus on our job. Looking ahead, he says, If the map is right, the slave auction house should be nearby. Seeing Tian, Fei Hua thinks to herself that he seems to be trying to protect that shifting Sand Clan girl. Then Tian turns and says, We're here. Fei Hua makes a serious face and asks, We're really here? Watching her, Tian thinks she doesn't like slave trading, because once a human cultivator did the same thing to them. Fei Hua looks at Tian and thinks he's hopeless. He really believes he can save everyone. She decides she'll need to stop him before he does something that exposes them all. They come to a slave auction house. Tian says, A slave auction looks nothing like a cultivation novel. Inside, Fei Hua warns him. Get serious for a moment. Tian hands a spirit stone to a guard and says, We need to deal with all this before the tournament finals. The guard accepts the spirit stone and says, Honored guests, I'll take you to the private room. He notices Tian's Bliss Sect token and, seeing it, escorts Tian and Fei Hua into the VIP private room. Tian relaxes on a heart-shaped sofa and says, Royal treatment in exchange for top-grade spirit stones, not bad. From the side, Fei Hua says, Don't you know how many lives those 2 stones could save? Meanwhile, the auction begins. Tian says, I don't need a human slave for cultivation. If I can get some useful herb, that's enough. Fei Hua replies, Then I'll take something too, but you'll have to pay the bill. The auction host announces, Friends, you've arrived at the perfect time. Today we're selling a new product, a demi-human. He brings out a little girl. Hearing the wordings the host used makes Tian's blood boil. Tian is angry at the child's appearance, but can't do much because he must also protect his senior sister. The host continues, She was captured by our sect cultivators. She's a member of the Shifting Sand Clan, and can even create secret rooms in the desert. Don't be confused, the Yusha clan's name has been changed to the Shifting Sand Clan. She may be a sister of that league. He goes on, They've all been refined and purified with divine water, so anyone can buy them. Enraged, Tian shouts at the host, Are you even human? Fei Hua quietly reminds him, Have you forgotten why we came here? If you keep acting like this, you'll never save your senior sister. Tian calms and says to Fei Hua, All right, I'll keep quiet. Thinking, I should have expected this at a slave auction. I have spirit stones, but I came here to buy the immortal lotus root. From the side, a lecherous old man asks the host, Does the auction ever fight back against the slave masters? The host smiles and says, Excellent question, we'll show you a trial first. He produces a drug and explains, This drug will make anyone obey you. It's especially effective on ordinary spirit beasts and half-humans. He gives the drug to a beast girl. Fei Hua, seeing something, mutters in anger, That's Meve, one of the 4 generals in her past life. One of them is named Meve. She stops herself. The drug's effect starts to show on the beast girl. The host laughs. It keeps their minds calm, but their bodies won't follow their will. You can see for yourselves. The lecherous old man, flushed with excitement, shouts. Hurry up and take off your clothes for me. Tian draws his golden host sword and slams it down to intimidate the old man. Then Tian goes over, gives clothes to the little girl, and glares at the host. The host panics and shouts. You can't cause a scene here. Do you even know whose place this is? Tian throws his space ring toward the host and says, I'll buy every slave you have. Here's a deposit. Thinking, if I'd waited longer, who knows what else they would have done to them. The host inspects the space ring and thinks to himself, there are 1,000 top-grade spirit stones inside. Today I've hit the jackpot. He grins like a serpent and tells Tian, auctions don't work like that, you must bid first. Tian explodes with anger. So that's how you kidnap girls and sell them here. He attacks the host and shouts, this doesn't fit any of my rules. Fei Hua gasps, have you gone mad? Will you ruin our plan for one girl? Tian ignores her and snatches his space ring, moving toward the lecherous old man. The old man trembles. I was following orders. I'm just a puppet. Don't kill me. Tian advances and says coldly, I had almost forgotten you. You deserve to die. The old man pleads. I know I was wrong. Please don't kill me. Suddenly someone attacks Tian from behind and shouts. Do you want to ruin the auction house's reputation? Fei Hua leaps in to save Tian from the attack and says, Kid, your heroics end now. The anonymous attacker's strike hits the old man, knocking him down. The attacker announces to the crowd. Friends, calm down. My name is Blood Shadow. I'm one of the 3 champions of the Bliss sect. I'm here. Everything will return to normal. Meanwhile, Tian asks the beast girl, Are you hurt? Are you okay? Fei Hua watches Blood Shadow and thinks to herself, since when have people become this strong? The little girl Suckin watches the commotion like a signal and thinks, this explosion means my time has come. She rushes into the arena, feeling an itch to fight. The arena host announces, Welcome to the Grand Tournament semifinals. On the red side stands Master Suckin. The audience screams with heart-shaped eyes. Master Suckin is invincible. The host continues. In the blue corner is Savi, with her goo partner Gluttony. Savi tells her goo partner, this time our opponent looks unusually strong. A little child shouts, Gluttony, beat her! Another kid with a photo of Savi on his chest says, Savi, you're my wife. The host bellows, it's no small thing to reach this stage. Tell us, after this fight, which item will you both take? Both fighters shout in unison. The Immortal Lotus Root. The host announces again. Both fighters want the Immortal Lotus Root. The winner of this fight will receive that herb as the prize. Begin. A sect leader watching remarks, this will be worth watching. Blood Shadow is also here. He tells the fat woman, quickly go check those 2 body cultivators. And the fat woman hurriedly obeys his command. Scene shifts to Tian and Fei Hua, where Blood Shadow, readying to attack, shouts, everyone, calm down! I'll handle these 2 pests quickly. After that the auction will return to normal. Seeing Blood Shadow, Tian tells the little girl who was being sold at the auction, little sister, hurry and hide behind me. Then he says to Fei Hua, Fei Hua, merge with me quickly. When they merge, a brilliant light spreads around them. Seeing such intense light, Blood Shadow laughs while attacking Tian. Nice trick to stop my attack, but your petty tricks won't work on me. I don't even need to open my eyes to kill you. He lunges at Tian, but Tian easily blocks the strike with Fei Hua's power. Blood Shadow senses something and thinks, there's an overpowering aura coming from them, and the girl has disappeared. They must be using a dual cultivation technique. He suddenly feels odd. Then, unexpectedly, Fei Hua's vines burst out from inside his sword and bind him. He mutters, this is a demon art. Taking advantage of that moment, Tian grabs the little girl and runs, shouting, I think these vines will hold for a while. Little sister, cling to me tight. We'll get out fast. The beast girl replies, Big brother, forgive me, my body's not responding. Enraged, Blood Shadow powers up and roars. Did you think those vines could hold me? You fools don't know I'm called by another name besides Blood Shadow, Fire Shadow. He burns all Fei Hua's vines and frees himself. Tian, startled, says, I'm sure this will be the villain's final power-up scene. Blood Shadow then yells while attacking. The one you're running off with is property of this auction house. Put her down now. Tian dodges the attack. Fei Hua presses her hand to the little girl's throat and warns Blood Shadow. Don't come any closer. Take one more step and I'll kill her. Tian shouts at her. Are you crazy? Do you think Blood Shadow will be scared by your empty threats? How do you even know he won't do it? Fei Hua angry replies. How would you know unless we try? How will we know he won't kill some auction slave to protect his reputation? Blood Shadow hears Fei Hua's threat and raises both hands, saying, Don't do that, we can talk. Tian, astonished, asks, Are you really going to do that? The blood demon laughs and pulls out a space ring. Yes, what did you expect? I won't say nonsense. This distance is enough. He activates the beast command Sumeru ring and recalls the beast girl back into the ring. Addressing the audience while holding the space ring, he declares, These beast girls aren't human. Space rings were made to control beasts like these. If you're too shy to tell your wife, just hide them in your ring. A nearby fat spectator says, This ring's features aren't bad. A thin man adds, With Blood Shadow's sales pitch, anyone would buy ice in winter. Blood Shadow approaches Tian and jokes. If I kill this intruder, the auction house will compensate you, and you'll get a 20% discount during the second half. The lecherous crowd shouts. I'll buy everything. Take all my spirit stones. Fei Hua, seeing Blood Shadow approach, says, We've been exposed. We must retreat. But Tian, serious, tells Blood Shadow. How can you treat a living person like livestock? Fei Hua whispers to Tian. Because you know, blocking his attack drained almost all our power. He's reckless again. She shouts from behind. Do you want to die, and drag me into this? That opponent is far stronger than any you've faced, stronger than the previous sect leader Jun. And as he said, that little girl isn't human anymore. Tian falls quiet and listens. Then, turning angrily to her, he snaps. And you, all that big talk, are you even human? How others react to Tian's words I don't know, but I enjoyed Fei Hua's expression. He continues angrily. You might be a demon queen or something, and maybe I'm only a tool to you, but I've always seen you as a person, as my friend. Fei Hua, stunned, thinks, is he really that stupid to call me his friend? Tian, farming aura, says to Fei Hua. If you like, call me soft-hearted. Even with all our power, if we can't save one person, what is the point of that power? If I were you, I'd risk my life for you too. At that moment Blood Shadow sneaks behind Tian and launches a backstab. Save your speeches for the grave. He decapitates Tian in one strike, but it's only an afterimage. Blood Shadow is briefly surprised and thinks, did he dodge it in midair? Tian says, if I'd hesitated even a little, my head would be gone. Fei Hua says, I saved you twice now, so don't lose focus. Tian attacks Blood Shadow with vines and says to Fei Hua, don't worry, I'll grab the Sumeru ring and run. Blood Shadow easily dodges and taunts. Did you really think the same trick would work again? He cuts the vines with fire power, spawns many Fire Shadow clones, and assaults Tian. Let's see how you escape this, Tian counters. Sword attack, even at me. He draws his golden shovel sword and strikes all the clones. The system announces, Cloud Fation SOD has accepted new host. Blood Shadow struggles to block Tian's powerful sword strike and thinks, how can he have a superior grade artifact? Tian looks at his sword and says, this is my golden shovel sword, it finally accepted me as its master. Watching Blood Shadow's situation, Tian thinks, so this is the true power of a superior grade artifact. All the clones are gone, I can kill him now, but Blood Shadow activates his secret art, Blood Garment Grand Art, causing the blood of the audience to flow toward him. A spectator panics. Blood Shadow, you can't do this, we're guests. Blood Shadow replies. Dear guests, don't worry. I'll only use your bodies. Once I kill that intruder, I'll free your dead bodies. Enraged, Tian attacks and shouts. You monster, die now! Meanwhile, Sukin is fighting Gluttony, Savi's goo partner. Exhausted, Sukin sits and says, Facing me head-on like this is really interesting. Savi replies, I can't believe it either, you fought my boxing goo partner so long. Tell me, do you want the immortal lotus root to save someone? Sukin angrily gives a middle finger and says, Go save some old man. I don't care. Let's restart this fight. Watching their fight from afar is the fat woman, one of the 3 champions of the Bliss sect, who remarks with a smug face. My luck is amazing. I never expected they'd both turn out to be girls. Then Xiaowi's goo partner, Gluttony, attacks Shukuin with a punch. Shukuin dodges the attack and counters, saying, Try the taste of my cloud-splitting palm. Gluttony fails to block her strike and is blown away, crashing some distance away. Seeing this, Shukuin relaxes a little. But suddenly, Xiaowi appears from behind Gluttony and launches a surprise attack on Shukuin, shouting, Now's my perfect chance to defeat you! However, Shukuin easily blocks Xiaowi's dangerous kick with one hand and smirks. What's this? Didn't you eat before coming here? Even a bug could stop such a weak attack. Then she grabs Xiaowi's leg, spins her around, and says, The bug I fought before you had far more power than you. After that, she throws Xiaowi out of the arena, shouting, Bugs like you don't have permission to stay in this ring. Seeing Xiaowi flying out, the host yells to the audience, Is Xiaowi's opponent really that strong? Could this match already be over? But just before Xiaowi falls out completely, her goo partner Gluttony rushes in and stops her fall. Seeing this, Xiaowi smiles and says, Gluttony, great job! However, Shukuin, glaring furiously from below, yells at the host. This is clearly cheating. One of the fight's rules was that no one can use cultivation power. The host replies calmly, It may look shameless, but Xiaowi's goo partner didn't use any cultivation power. He only used his flying ability, so it doesn't count as cheating. After that, Xiaowi takes a deep breath and says, It's time. Hearing this, Shukuin narrows her eyes and says, Trying another trick on me again, are you? But before she can finish, both Xiaowi and Gluttony rush at her together, shouting, Try blocking this attack. This is our strongest move. They unleash their combined strike, causing a huge explosion. The host shouts, Xiaowi's attack was incredibly powerful. The entire arena is filled with smoke. From inside the smoke, Shukuin walks out calmly and says, Even after combining your strength, that attack was so weak it didn't hurt me at all. Looks like I'll have to fight you seriously now. Xiaowi, coughing from the smoke, steps out and replies, From this moment, I acknowledge you as a truly worthy opponent. After a while, as the dust settles, the host looks at the destroyed arena and says, Because of Xiaowi's one attack, the entire arena is in ruins. Even the defensive formation we built for the audience's safety has collapsed. The match will be resumed later. Suddenly, a woman named Fatty appears behind the host and says, There's no need for that, this fight isn't stopping here. She steps forward and declares, If either of you wants to become the champion, you'll have to defeat me first. Because I'm the champion of this arena. The host quickly interrupts, saying nervously, But great hero, have you forgotten? By doing this, you're breaking the sect master's rules. At least give us time to rebuild the protective formation before you act. Fatty glares at him with a terrifying look and says coldly, You dare lecture the great hero of Bliss sect about rules? The host trembles and says, I don't have the power to teach someone like you about rules, but Fatty slaps him hard and says, Good. Since you know your mistake, that slap is your punishment. Then, taking a dramatic hero's stance, she announces, No rules of this sect apply to me. But as I said earlier, whoever defeats me in battle will win both the final prize and the champion's title. After all, we are all women, so I'm making this competition easier for you. Hearing that, Shukuin thinks, Looks like my mask has come off. Xiaowi's disguise also slips slightly, and she thinks, my identity's been exposed too. Then Fatty, smiling confidently, says to them, don't be too shocked. I know neither of you have been fighting with full strength yet. So, will you rest a little? Or fight me right now? Both Shukuin and Xiaowi charge at her immediately. Shukuin shouts, let's see how powerful you really are. Xiaowi adds, we don't need rest, keep your rest to yourself. But Fatty blocks their combined attack easily with her belly, laughing. Don't be so childish. Before we start, let me announce the new rule. The entire Bliss Sect area will now be our arena. You can use any technique and any cultivation power. Whoever remains standing at the end will be crowned the champion and win the first reward. Seeing that their combined attack didn't work, both Shukuin and Xiaowi retreat slightly. But suddenly Fatty sneaks in and strikes Shukuin, saying, and whoever survives till the end will be the real champion. The impact sends Shukuin crashing through walls, flying far away. Seeing that, Xiaowi panics and shouts, Lord Shukuin, are you all right? But before she can help, Fatty throws a deadly punch at her, saying, worry about yourself first, before worrying about that little girl. Just then, Xiaowi's goo partner Gluttony rushes in and barely blocks Fatty's attack. Seeing him struggling, Xiaowi calls out his name in worry. Narrator, he could save her, but he won't, because he knows going alone means dying alone. Just look at that face. Makes me angry seeing a girl look like that. Back to the story. Fatty's attack is deflected by Gluttony's forearms. Xiaowi thinks to herself, just one punch nearly killed Gluttony. How monstrous is her strength. Then strange rumbling sounds echo around them. Xiaowi asks, Gluttony, do you hear that noise? We then see Shukuin, who has now enlarged her body to a massive size, destroying the sect. Furious, she shouts, I never thought someone like you would dare sneak attack me. Because of you, I feel completely humiliated. Seeing Shukuin's gigantic form, the three others are stunned. Then Shukuin unleashes heaven-rending palm and falling star technique, striking Fatty so hard her face flattens. The shockwave sends everyone nearby flying away. Gluttony saves Xiaowi just in time, and she says, Lord Shukuin is truly an incredible cultivator. After the attack, Shukuin frowns and says, did I miss my target? That's never happened before. Then, standing on a pavilion, Fatty laughs. Ha! Did you really think I couldn't dodge such a petty attack? The oil I applied to my body makes it impossible for you to grab me. But before she can finish bragging, her foot slips on the oil and she falls face first from the pavilion. The author reduces Fatty's aura to minus level, and Shukuin, looking disappointed, says, seriously? He knew he might fall, yet still climbed up there just to act cool. Xiaowi comments, what if he dies from that fall? Do we win the tournament then? But Fatty, smiling secretly, thinks, to defeat both of them at once, I'll have to face extreme difficulty. That's why I pretended to fall. Now their guard is down. Thinking this, she curls her body into a ball and says, now I can use my forbidden art, Bliss Disco technique. She bounces off the ground like a ball and hits Shukuin's chin with a fierce strike. Hearing the technique's name, Xiaowi exclaims, what kind of ridiculous move name is that? Fatty continues attacking Shukuin from all sides, shouting, someone killed my disciple! I'll calm my rage only by taking both your lives. Shukuin blocks every strike, but Fatty's attacks are so fast that Shukuin can't counter at all. After that, the scene shifts to the Bliss Sect's inner hall, where the sect master, Levuji, looks at someone and laughs, saying, it seems your harvest this time was quite fruitful, Master Kucha. Master Kucha bows slightly and replies, as you can see, Sect Master, I have executed more than 25 intruders. Saying this, he throws several severed heads in front of Levuji, picks one up, and continues. These people were disciples of Tian Yuan sect, Yellow Dragon sect, Red Ghost sect, and Sun Moon sect. I've kept 4 heads intact to extract information from their souls. Levuji smirks and says, as I expected from you, Master Kucha, you never disappoint me. Master Kucha respectfully greets him again and reports, as for the place you ordered me to investigate, I searched every inch of it, but I couldn't find any other suspicious figures. Lavuji rubs his forehead and replies. So you didn't find any others, but that's fine. Those intruders don't know about our sect's ancient secret anyway. Once the ceremony is over, we'll learn exactly who dared to enter our sect without permission, Master Kucha hesitantly asks. I understand everything you've said, Sect Master, but may I ask something? What connection does our sect's ancient secret have with the spirit sect? Is that the reason they're providing us protection? Lavuji chuckles and says. You've asked a good question. But tell me, do you know how the spirit sect became one of the top sects in the world today? Master Kucha nods and replies. To be honest, the spirit sect's founder, the White Spirit Emperor, was the most powerful cultivator of his time. Since then, his descendants have used his name to suppress others. Lavuji smiles faintly and says. In one sense you're right, but the real reason is something else. Do you know what lies behind all the powers we know, spirit cultivation, goo insects, and demonic energy? Master Kucha frowns and says. I don't quite understand what you mean, Sect Master. Lavuji's voice turns solemn as he explains. The cultivation levels we know today were created by the White Spirit Emperor himself. There are 8 realms in total: Earth, Mystic, Heaven, Primordial, Desolation, Cosmos, and finally, Universe. In history, even the mightiest cultivator, the White Spirit Emperor, reached only the Desolation realm, and he was the only one ever to reach it. Since that time, no one has been able to break through to that level again. Master Kucha gulps nervously and asks, Alliance Leader, does that mean you know if anyone has reached the Cosmos or Universe realm? Lavuji replies. No single being has attained that level. Those beings are what I call the primordial gods. According to ancient legend, every blade of grass and every speck of dust across our entire universe was created by them. And yet, for some reason, one of those gods has been watching over our Tian Yuan world, and once guided the White Spirit Emperor's cultivation. If I could just find even a single trace of that god, I would gain the chance to transcend this dimension and easily destroy the descendants of the White Spirit Emperor. Hearing this terrifying plan, Master Kucha trembles and falls to his knees, exclaiming, So according to you, the primordial god, the creator of this world, isn't just a myth, but real? Lavuji smiles darkly and says, You're absolutely right. Compared to him, all galaxies are mere toys. The White Spirit Emperor himself is nothing but a speck of dust among the countless grains in his hands. Master Kucha's face turns pale as he asks, You plan to slaughter countless people and perform endless soul searchings just to find traces of this god? Is that your true intention? Lavuji steps closer, eyes gleaming. You're correct. By collecting information this way, I'll gain the favor of the primordial god and destroy the White Spirit sect completely. The spirit sect may appear mighty now, but in truth, it's small. After I crush them, I'll conquer every sect in this world. Lavuji smirks and walks closer, saying, What's wrong, Master Kucha? Why do you look so afraid? Tell me, do you wish to stay trapped in this world forever? Whenever a cultivator is about to break through to the Desolation realm, the spirit sect either recruits him or kills him if he refuses. Do you want to serve under such tyrants? Or join me? Master Kucha quickly shakes his head. No, I would rather serve under you, Alliance Leader. Lavuji grins, a smile that only traitors wear. Good. You can relax then. You're the only one who knows my secret. No one else. Master Kucha bows deeply. Don't worry, Sect Master. I'll keep your secret locked inside my heart forever. Lavuji laughs softly and says, I am Lavuji. Every plan I make serves my benefit. So don't regret your choice, you'll soon see it was the right one. Master Kucha nods and replies, I'll obey all your orders, Sect Master. But still, there are things I don't quite understand. Lavuji laughs again, pulling out 2 crystals, and says, Oh? What part don't you understand? Actually, never mind. I can't answer right now, because something interesting is happening. He activates the crystals, revealing the ongoing battles. Looking at Xiaohui, he says, This girl, she's using an ancient goo artifact from Gulen, and her goo partner is unlike any insect I've ever seen. She must have inherited Gulin's great legacy. Then, spotting Shukuin, he says, and that girl, she's only an early Earth realm cultivator, yet she's using the heaven-rending palm and ancient behemoth martial arts. She can't possibly be an ordinary girl. Finally, his gaze turns to Tian. And that boy, he has no cultivation at all, yet he used dual cultivation power to turn his partner into living armor. That's a technique not even recorded in history. Levuji smirks wickedly. Once the Blood Shadow and that fat woman kill all three of them, I'll soul search their bodies and uncover every one of their secrets. Master Kucha frowns and says, if those three are that important, shouldn't I go and assist those fools? Levuji waves his hand. No need. If they can't handle 3 children, then they're not worthy of the title 3 heroes anyway. You've done well, Master Kucha. Go to the treasury and claim your reward. You may take any cauldron you wish. Master Kucha bows again. Truly, Alliance Leader, I'm grateful for your kindness. I'll take my leave. Levuji smiles coldly. Don't hesitate to claim your prize, you earned it. And remember, the faster you raise your cultivation, the more your efforts will ultimately serve me. Then, thinking to himself, he adds, I always knew, those who hide behind a calm face are the best ones to betray others. The scene shifts again. To Tian, standing ready to fight Blood Shadow. Tian glares and says, Blood Shadow, what have you done to these corpses? They've become so hard to kill. Blood Shadow smirks. That's because my Shadow Core power resonates perfectly with human life force. Still, the fact that you can fight them head-on is impressive. He plunges his hand into one corpse's abdomen and growls. I've played enough. Time to get serious. Then, thrusting his hand through the corpse's mouth, he attacks Tian. But Tian dodges swiftly and says, What? That's wormhole power, isn't it? Taking advantage of the moment, Blood Shadow releases his blood army and says, Looks like you've already used all your trump cards. Now it's my turn to end this. Tian looks around at the countless enemies and mutters. This is insane. 1 versus so many. How is that fair? Suddenly, blades shoot out from the mouths of the blood soldiers, piercing Tian's arms, shoulders, and legs. Both Tian and Feihua are badly injured. Feihua, wincing in pain, says, Don't you dare faint after getting beaten like this. I've gambled everything on your survival, Tian. Tian thinks to himself. Blood Shadow's technique is strange, unlike anything I've seen. How can I possibly bridge this power gap between us? Then he clenches his fists and shouts in his mind. No, I can't give up. Feihua still believes in me. Her demonic power flows in every drop of my blood, and the Cloud Fation sword hasn't given up either. So how can I quit now? With renewed determination, Tian charges forward, roaring. It's not over yet. Watch how I turn this fight around. Then, like a madman, he slaughters the blood soldiers brutally, like chopping carrots and radishes. Meanwhile, from the corpses of those who had already died, countless blades suddenly emerged and flew toward Tian to attack him. Just then, one blade came from behind him. Seeing that, Feihua shouted, Tian! A blade is coming from behind you. Dodge it quickly! Hearing her, Tian immediately used his skill. Death beneath the power! On the ground, releasing a shockwave that blasted all of Blood Shadow's corpse puppets away. He stepped out from the explosion and prepared his next attack, saying, I don't think Blood Shadow will give me even a second to recover. Then he thought to himself, I can't keep using such powerful strikes repeatedly. If I attack 2 more times like that, I might pass out from mana loss. Looking ahead at Blood Shadow, he muttered in his mind, It doesn't look like he plans to let me go today. His attacks are too fast and unpredictable. It's a real headache to dodge them. Blood Shadow sat atop a pillar, laughing wildly. Ha! Now this is fun! Seeing your full power excites me. Don't tell me you're already tired after such a small fight. I still want to play with you more. Hearing that, Tian clenched his fists and thought, He's too fast for me. Wait, why didn't I think of this trick before? He grinned confidently, imagining himself like a captain rallying his crew. Now I'll show you who the real main character of this cultivation novel is. Tian pulled out the flower that had grown on his shoulder and said, The technique I'm about to use is called Death of Beneath the Peony. Seeing this, Blood Shadow laughed mockingly. Ha! I didn't expect you to be hiding a trick all this time. But no matter what you try, you'll never land a hit on me. This technique will only waste your energy. He commanded his blood army. Go! Tear that foolish boy to pieces. But before they could move, Tian planted the flower seed directly into his chest. The seed slowly bloomed into a glowing flower, and this transformation drastically increased Tian's speed. Using his enhanced power, he dodged all the Blood Army's attacks and appeared behind Blood Shadow at lightning speed. Blood Shadow turned around instantly, shocked. How can a human's speed increase this much in such a short time? I didn't even get a chance to react? When did he get behind me? It's too late to block this attack. Tian dashed through the air and delivered a powerful kick under Blood Shadow's jaw, sending him flying far away. As he crashed through rocks, Blood Shadow thought, damn it, this brat isn't giving me any time to recover. And worse, his cultivation just broke through mid-fight. His cultivation secret is truly dangerous. But Tian appeared again right in front of him, ready to strike with the Cloud Fation's sword. Using lightning-fast movements, Tian pummeled Blood Shadow mercilessly, turning him into his personal punching bag. However, due to continuous fighting after his breakthrough, Tian's stamina began to drop, and he started panting heavily. Watching the battle, Fei Hua smiled proudly. Tian, you did great! Just a few more attacks like that, and Blood Shadow will be finished. But Tian ignored her words, thinking, my body is struggling to maintain this form. I never imagined that the novels and history I read back in my past life at school would actually help me in this life. He then began narrating mentally about a novel he once wrote. In the year 2030, alien monsters called Zergswarg invaded Earth. Humanity's monster hunting captain, Lin Xiu, used a gravity engine missile to destroy them all. That was humanity's first victory against the monsters. He then hid his face in embarrassment. I never thought that novel would flop so badly in the market. Suddenly, the system voice echoed in his mind, Congratulations, host. Your master of peony fusion has improved. Your fighting armor is being upgraded. Feeling the upgrade, Tian thought, so this is what leveling up feels like. All the wounds I took earlier are completely healed, Fei Hua shouted excitedly. I never thought you'd break through so fast. Tian flexed in his new form and said, It's not a full breakthrough yet, but it's definitely not normal either. Then he thought, my demonic power is slowly returning. If this keeps up, I can easily defeat Blood Shadow. Meanwhile, Blood Shadow emerged from the rocks, furious. You little brat! You think your power has stabilized right after a breakthrough? Do you really believe you can beat me in this state? If I catch you even once, I'll tear you to pieces. Tian looked at him coldly. Your death was decided the moment you chose to fight me. Fei Hua quickly warned. Tian, don't underestimate him. His cultivation is still one level above yours, and his blood techniques are hard to dodge. At that moment, Blood Shadow roared furiously, unleashing a monstrous aura. Now I'll show you what real cultivation power looks like. Full power of fire sand, release. He laughed maniacally. My body temperature is now over 1,000 degrees Celsius. Come on, brat. I challenge you, try touching me now. I admit you have guts and potential, forcing me to use my strongest form. The system suddenly warned Tian, danger detected. Host, fire weakens flower-type energy. You must retreat immediately. Tian replied firmly. Yes, I know I'm at a disadvantage against fire, but no matter what, I have to protect that little girl. Just then, Blood Shadow hurled a massive fireball toward them. Seeing it, the system screamed, Host! Leave the girl and run. If she survives, we can save her later, but if you die, I'll vanish with you. Tian gritted his teeth. What should I do now? He deflected the fireball with his sword and shouted. Whatever happens, I'm finishing this fight. Blood Shadow growled. I thought you were a worthy opponent, But you're just a cowardly trash who hides behind his sword. Watching Tian deflect the blast, the system cried, Host! How did you do that? Why didn't you tell me your power increased so much? You almost gave me a heart attack. Tian sighed internally. Out of all the cultivation systems, why did I get this stupid one? He dodged another of Blood Shadow's attacks and muttered. That attack was too fast. I couldn't even react. Don't I have any weapon that's not weak against fire? At that moment, the Cloud Fation's sword glowed and seemed to look at him with shining eyes. Blood Shadow laughed. What's wrong? Is my power too much for you? You're so scared, you're talking to your sword now. If you're that terrified, why not just run and leave the girl? He then shaped his fire into a deadly net-like attack and roared. Let's see how you dodge my net of malice. Just then, the restriction on the Cloud Fation's sword started to break. Its soul form appeared, taking the shape of a small girl. Tian said to the sword. Cloud Fation's sword, listen carefully. Use my half-demon essence to free yourself from the restriction and help me. I can't win this fight without you. He released her and formed a contract. Grant me your power so I can nullify that attack. Then, with the sword's help, Tian struck the fiery net with a devastating slash. The power of that single attack completely cut through the fire net and hit Blood Shadow directly. The single strike from Cloud Fation's sword utterly destroyed him, turning Blood Shadow into nothing but a broken mess. The sword spirit girl then said coldly, That attack was for daring to hurt my master. Seeing the destruction, Tian stood stunned. What kind of power is this? How can a sword possess such terrifying strength? He called. Cloud Fation's sword, come out of my inner space. Earlier you said something I didn't hear, can you repeat it? She appeared again, bowing. Master, I never said anything disrespectful. If you wish, I'll never go against your will again. Just then, Fei Hua stepped forward. Who's this little girl? Are you planning to save her too? Tian replied. Don't you recognize her? This little girl is the Cloud Fation's sword. Fei Hua was shocked. I can't even sense her cultivation. Even as a demon empress, I can't gauge her level. The sword spirit smiled sweetly. Nice to meet you, Lady Fei Hua. My name is Cloud Fation, and I'm a sword. Fei Hua smiled politely. I'm Fei Hua, a flower demon. But suddenly, Cloud's sword dashed forward and tackled Fei Hua. Lady Fei Hua, forgive my rudeness, but please keep your distance from my master. Seeing this, Tian shouted in disbelief. Why did you do that? Now I'll have to deal with the consequences later. The sword spirit bowed sadly. Forgive me, master. I didn't realize my actions would cause you trouble. I forgot that I'm only a sword spirit. Tian looked at her and thought, I never expected the Cloud Fation's sword could take human form. My life really feels like the journey of a sword saint from a cultivation novel. He remembered his past life story, The Sword Saint Local Man, where the sword also took a human form. The sword girl giggled. I never thought my master would forgive me even after my bad behavior. Truly, my master is a kind man. If you continue treating me so well, soon you'll be able to use all my abilities. Hearing all abilities, Tian blushed, thinking like a pervert, all her abilities, isn't this turning into one of those romantic cultivation novels? If this continues, things could get interesting. Seeing him blush, Fei Hua yelled angrily. Tian, what are you thinking about so hard that you're turning red? And how dare your filthy sword tackle someone as great as the Demon Empress? Cloud Sword smirked, provoking her. Oh? Jealous flower girl, are you getting angry at my master again? Tian panicked. Hey, Cloud Sword, stop teasing her. And stop pinching me like that. Before you two start fighting, we should focus on saving that little girl first. Then we see, after the Cloud Sword's attack, only Blood Shadow's hand remained. His entire body had been obliterated. Finally, the author narrates, afterward, Tian retrieved the little girl from Blood Shadow's ring and saved her.